Hello everyone, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The Chrisley Knows Best family has number of podcasts. Of course, everyone was familiar with Todd and Julie's Chrisley confessions before they were imprisoned. Savannah started her podcast, unlocked ahead of her parents being sent inside for fraud and tax-related offenses. Meanwhile, Lindsay has several of them, including coffee convos. Should Grayson also start one? Chrisley Knows Best. Grayson Chrisley is 17 years old. Some folks might think that Grayson is too young to have a big podcast. However, there are people his age who do really well online, especially on TikTok. But is there room for another Chrisley podcast? Would it get enough viewers? Grayson was just 16 when his parents were convicted. These days, he lives with his sister, Savannah, and she's all about getting her parents' story out there. Does the world need yet another voice? When Chrisley Knows Best alum, Savannah began her podcast, it came because she wanted people to know her truth after the huge scandal about Todd and Julie. However, as time went by, she changed direction and started talking about the government and prisoners in federal institutions. Recently, she described herself as the poster child of the unjust prison system. But this week, she finally allowed Grayson to talk about his life. Chrisley Knows Best. Grayson Chrisley opens up on Unlocked. This week, Grayson appeared with his sister on her podcast, which was titled Grayson Chrisley Gets Real. Actually, he got very real, and there was a lot to unpack. However, right at the beginning, when Savannah was telling her brother what an awesome person he is, they discussed him starting his own podcast. Joking, he said, "I'm a man of the people," which made his sister laugh. Actually, in the past, the Chrisley Knows Best boy had mentioned that he doesn't find himself funny, but loyal fans do. Picking up on his apparent popularity, Savannah said, "I can really see you having your own podcast. Will he consider it?" Well, he replied, saying, "I think it would be pretty amazing. As far as his sister is concerned, it would probably go viral." Chrisley Knows Best. Would fans like to see Grayson Chrisley do his own podcast? Chrisley Knows Best fans seem to like Julie's youngest son. Actually, many people noted that he seems to have matured into a nice young man. While the idea of a podcast isn't getting many comments, there are enough to indicate one would be supported. At Susan Brown 4940 wrote, "It was so good to see Grayson on the podcast again. I hate that your family is having to go through all of this. Continued prayers for all of you. Love you all and God bless you." Another USA Network fan, at Darla Goodman 6417 opined, "Grayson is such an amazing young man. He is straightforward and has his head on right. Prayers he continues on this positive road." Would you like it if Todd and Julie's son started his own podcast? Shout out in the comments below. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with the various podcasts of the family right now. Come back here often for more Chrisley Knows Best spoilers, news, and updates.